Hey, best friends.
Welcome to another episode of the Bestie Advice, where we discuss all things relationships.
Hey, besties out there. Welcome to another episode of the Bestie Advice with your host, Dr. Irene Abrams, and myself, Karan Hayes. Hey, bestie.
Hey, besties.
Y'all, we just decided to get on here. We love y'all. We love y'all. We love y'all. And we love getting on here and talking to you all. So we just decided to get on here and do like this impromptu podcast.
Yes.
Just to, to talk to you all about some of the things that we used to do and then some of the things that we continue to do. So when I say some of the things that we used to do, growing up,
yes,
mama, daddy, auntie, uncle, TT, grandmama, whoever actually raised you, they instilled some ways into you, right? All right.
Yes.
It was some things that you did while you were growing up. And you decided, like, you know what? As soon as I turned 18, I would never do that again.
Right.
Right. But then there are other things where you're like, okay, I'm 42, 52, 39, 20. I still do that. My mama taught me, and I still do that thing to this day.
Right.
So that's what we want to do. We're going to want to go back down memory lane and talk about some of the no mores and the still do.
I love that.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kick it off.
Okay, kick it off, girl.
Here's my first no more. I don't know if y'all late, but no more bar soap. Okay? No
Girl,
more
no.
bar soaps. No more buying of the bar soaps. Now, let me tell y'all, the Jones household was Zest bar soap, Dial bar soap, Iris Spring. Okay, we got a little fancy and we got some Ivory bar soap. And then we got fancier and got some Dove. Now, Dove was not as harsh as some of those other ones were, but it still left you a little bit dry, just a little.
Irish Spring, baby. Ooh. That tell your
daddy up. Man. My daddy loved Irish Spring and he loved Dial and Zest. All of it. Zestfully clean. He loved all of it. Even when we got older and my mom switched us, as far as to getting body wash and all of that, daddy still said, I'm gonna need you to give me that Irish Spring body wash, that Zest body wash, and you can give me a little bit of Ivory too.
Right.
Y'all, me, once she started getting body wash, I decided I will never go back.
Yeah.
Unless the Lord tell me I have to, I'm not going back. I love body wash. I love it. I have all types of body wash, and I know my girl does too. But that bar soap, no more. I won't do that one again.
That is funny. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. Definitely. Yes. Because when we first was growing up, like smaller, they didn't have liquid soap.
Exactly.
Bar soap. So yes. I'm with you on that. But I will have to say, bestie, that my grandmother, she did switch over to liquid soap when they had it. But I do remember that bar soap, and you, baby, you better run, and I mean run, and put on that cocoa butter and mix it with that good Vaseline as soon as you got out that shower.
Absolutely.
She would look like you was sticking it in some flour. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That is a good one. So that really is a good one. So I'm gonna have to say what I do not do at all. So I was raised in the house with my grandmother and my grandfather. So my grandmother, she was a career woman when my granddad when they were younger, and my dad was little. But by the time she was raising her second generation of kids, she was a homemaker, right?
Yes.
My grandmother cooked every day, baby. Every day I got home from school was a hot, fresh.
That's good. That's
fried
good.
chicken, roast beef, ham. I mean, meals. Okay.
Yes,
Now,
yes. Homemade.
homemade. I mean, dressing, sweet potatoes, greens, like homemade meal, lasagna.
Yes.
She was like a cook. I mean, that was her self-care. Like she
Yes.
loved, like that's where she put her love, particularly baking. But every
Mhm.
day we had a fresh meal. Now, Saturdays was her day, like she didn't cook. I mean,
Yeah.
well, I say she would, but it would be like light, like
Uh-huh.
tacos or something like that. But I grew up with that every single day.
Yeah.
I said, when I become a wife, I'm not cooking every day. Because you know what? It was like I had to help. I had to wash the dishes. I mean, of course, I had to learn how to cook, but it was just, I was like a freshman,
Yes.
ain't no leftovers, you know,
Look.
there's
Yes.
no leftovers. So now I got some years on me and I got some years on my marriage. My husband can tell you, I do not cook every day
Yes. I
at
hear you.
all. I cook
I hear
3
you.
days a week, and I
Hmm.
need them to make it stretch. And my family, they're eaters.
Yes.
So 9 out of 10 times my meal that I wanted to stretch, it don't stretch.
Uh-huh.
I'd be
Hmm.
like, what y'all gonna do tomorrow? I'm not cooking.
Yes.
And if I
Yep.
do cook tomorrow, then that's taking another day off on the back.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
what I do not do, but I was raised with, I do not cook every day. I do not. I give them 3 good days, and that's my limit. And
I hear you.
I can't do no more. Some days it just depends, and like and Karen and we've shared things like this before.
Hmm.
If I find a good recipe that intrigues me, that
Yes.
excites me, then you might with a capital M get a fourth day out of me. But 3 is my tops, and
Yes.
that's it. And I was
I
so
hear you.
mad when my husband visited me
Hmm.
when we were engaged, and he visited my family.
Hmm.
My grandmother shared with him, no, Irene knows how to cook. And my grandmother wrote a cookbook and she shared it with her girls.
Wow. Yeah.
And so she was like, no, she should be able to cook. And so he thought that he was marrying like, this cook. And I was like, I can cook, but I'm not.
I hear you.
So things that I do not cook every day, friend. I don't do
Oh,
it.
I hear you. You know what? So when I first got married, I was the same because I thought as a wife, even though my mom, by the time I got married, my mom had actually started working again. So prior to that, for years, my mom was a homemaker as well, especially raising my brother and sister. It's a bit age difference between myself and them. So she stayed at home. So she did most of the cooking, except the days that she had to go to church to play the piano, whatever. Then that's where I actually stepped in. But when I got married, because my aunt and my grandmama said that's what one of the things you're supposed to do as a wife is that I'm supposed to cook. So I was cooking every day. It was 2 of us. Now I grew up in a house where it was 5: my mom and dad, my brother and sister, and I. I didn't know how to cook for 2 people. I knew how to cook for 5 people.
Leftovers though, right?
So I'm doing all this cooking. When I say every time I went to the store, I'm getting chicken. I make sure I had chicken, some type of beef, some type of seafood. I was trying to cook every single day. And my husband, who grew up in a house where cooking, really wasn't like that. His mom didn't cook every day and all of that. He was excited until he realized, like, we got all this food here. Who eating it? It's me and you. He can live off cereal and salami sandwiches. He doesn't have to have it like that. So no, I'm the same way. Once he gave me that good green light, like, baby, you ain't got to do that. I don't. When my children came along, I tried to kind of pick it up. Once their schedules got busy, that came on down. So I am with you. They may get 3 good meals out of me. I try to do Saturdays as I absolutely do not cook on Sundays. So
Oh
I
no.
may give a good meal on Saturday and look, maybe a Monday, maybe a Thursday. That's it. That's all. It's a piece in there. What y'all getting ready to pick up? Honey,
Right.
before you bring James home from school, what you about to get? So yes,
I do cook on the front end. I do cook on the front end of the week. So Monday
yes,
through probably like Monday through Thursday. Normally
uh-huh,
one of our meals will last a second day,
yes.
but Monday through Thursday. But Thursday through Sunday or Friday through Sunday is really a wrap as far
No,
as
and my husband and son, when it comes to eating meat, We'll still have sides, but where all the meat go?
So the meat be the first thing to go. I just told them today because I made a meal today.
Mhm.
Hey, I cooked today. And I said before we filmed, do not eat all the meat. Don't eat all the food. Okay? Because that's your dinner tomorrow.
You said you got to ration it out. Let me fix y'all place. This is all y'all gonna get. I understand. But here is something I actually still do.
Okay.
I still do wash dishes and clean the kitchen every night.
Oh yeah.
It's a must. It's a must. Growing up in my mama's house, my mama did not play about the kitchen.
Yeah.
Whether I cooked or she cooked, between myself, my brother, my sister, I don't care who week it is. Somebody gonna do those dishes. You're going to wipe down that stove and clean that stove. You're going to make sure that the floors are swept. You're going to make sure that all the food is put up, that the table is wiped off. My mom didn't play that. And some days I did try to be slick, like, oh, I'm so tired. Went on ahead and went to bed. And when my mom came back in from rehearsal, she was coming in there, wake your tail up now. Didn't I tell you to clean that kitchen? She did not play. So I actually carried that on. That was actually, I think when I was growing up, I did probably say, I ain't gonna, when I get out of here, I ain't gonna have to do dishes every day. Because I cook. And I guess just because of how I am, like, no, I'm gonna need those dishes to be done. I'm gonna need the stove to be clean. I need all of the food to be put up. My son, to this day, Mom, I just washed dishes yesterday. Baby, we had to do dishes every day. Ain't no every other day. It was every day in the Jones. Every single day. So I have carried that on. And I know with my daughter, I'm still working on my son. With my daughter, she's the same way. She's not leaving dishes in there, especially when she comes home. Now, you know, when she at school and her being her own apartment, I don't know how she do things there. But here, she know mama don't play. Those dishes have to be cooked. I mean, have to be washed. I said cooked.
Yeah.
But yes, I still do that.
No, that's actually one of mine. I still do. It's that it's really more for cleanliness, you know, just food sitting out, you know, and then like getting hard on plates and stuff like that.
And you working double time trying to get it off the next day.
Yeah, I don't like it. But yeah, to your point, you know, really, you know, growing up, that's one of my sayings still do is that it's like it was an immediate, like we couldn't even go watch TV or work or whatever we were gonna do. And so you guys will hear a common theme in what I'm going to say. My grandmother was very disciplined, like she very like we lived off of schedule.
Yeah.
And so it was like once we got done eating, we cleaned the table, we wiped the table down, we washed dishes. Thank God for my dad buying us a dishwasher. So once he bought us a dishwasher, we damn near washed the dishes before we put them in there. But we washed the dishes, you know, we put them in the dishwasher, but it was routine. So I was at routine. My grandmother would put all the food that was left over in a container, if there was any, but if there was food left over, she would put it in a container, put it in the refrigerator, and then we would clean, like you said, clean the stove, wipe the counters, put the table, put the chairs on the table, sweep and mop, and then my brother would take the garbage out. But like she wanted us to have that routine. And like you, I mean, we didn't get woke up like, hey, you know, watch dishes. She would whoop us. Like you'd be waking up to a belt on your behind.
Right.
That only happened to us one time. My grandparents had went out with their friends, and I don't even know why we didn't do. I don't remember why. I remember the effect of it, but we didn't, and so we ended up getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And so it was, like I said, it was like one time we all, you know, had to get up and of course wash the dishes. But so now, and it's really, you know, I can't even say I do it out of trauma because that whooping, right? I can't even say that. I actually just like it and I feel better. And I'm a person of like creature of habit. So I feel really good in the mornings when I wake up, you know, I just have a routine and I love waking up. My house smells good. The kitchen is clean. There's nothing you know, out of place.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm able to start the day because I have done it where I'm just too exhausted to do it. And my husband would be like, Irene, it just won't get done tonight. Go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Then I wake up with a lot of anxiety. I'm anxious
Yeah.
because it's not done. And that's the first thing I run to in the morning. So
Yeah.
I'm with you, friend. That is definitely
Mhm.
something that I still do. Something that I do not do that I was raised doing is along these lines is we grew up, we had to clean up our house every day. So let me say, so I was raised in a pastor's home. And so
Mhm.
our house was open to church members,
Yeah.
community people. My grandfather was a huge pastor in the state of Kansas, like well
Mhm.
known, really all over, but he had a high position. He
Yeah.
was overall, he oversaw the hospital chaplains. He sat on a lot of
Mhm.
boards. Our house was in a major, like was on a major street. So people came over all the time. They popped up. You know, you
Yeah.
got to think, I didn't grow up in an era of cell phones, just house phones. So
Right.
people
Right.
came over all the time. And so we had to clean every day. It was not a day that went by that we did not clean. And I mean, like, running a vacuum, putting the pledge on the tables, you know, everything, the bathroom, all of our rooms. We had a room, we called it the TV room, where the TV,
Mhm.
like what we hung out at, like our
Mhm.
den. And I mean, all that toys had to be put away. It was like every single day,
So it was
every
Saturday morning cleaning every day.
every day, every single day, every
Yeah.
day. So
Mhm.
we would get up, like you get up, as soon as you get up, you make your bed. Like it was
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
like our room was dirty. It just never, the house could never be dirty. And and I get it. Like I
Yeah.
even got it as a child because we
Mhm.
came over our house all the time. We would come over
Yeah.
from school and the mayor could be sitting in our living room. Like it was all,
Yeah.
it was just,
Yeah.
it was because of who he was.
Right. Right.
So my grandmother was like, y'all ain't gonna catch me slipping, you know. So every day it got to the point to during a season in our lives, my grandfather held this big position. Um,
Mhm.
my grandmother had a housekeeper. Like at some point, she was like, I need a housekeeper.
Mhm.
I never
Yeah.
thought our house was dirty. I really could not see what she saw. She
Yeah. Yeah.
probably could have been diagnosed with OCD, and we laugh about it, but I sometimes I kind of think maybe she could have been, you know, because it was extreme. Like we couldn't see it, and I remember us
Right.
trying to reason with her, like
Right.
it was
Right.
nothing, like it was nothing out of place, and
Right.
she would be frustrated saying the house was dirty, and then she would start cleaning. We couldn't see it, so you know, I don't know, but I grew up like that, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like you with the cooking. Then I used to be overly zealous with the
Yeah.
cleaning.
Mhm.
And then I realized that it was just like, wait a minute, you know, I just, you know, I worked all day. It's
Mhm.
just me and Mitchell,
Mhm.
throw stuff away, you know.
Right.
And
Right.
so now, like you said, so now I got myself in a routine, like, hey, you know what? I don't have to do that. I don't have to
Mhm.
clean every single day. Just make sure, you know, my kitchen is clean, my
Yeah.
bathroom is clean, you know, public areas are clean, but
Yes. 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 Yes.
I just try to do like once a week where I deep clean. And that
Yeah.
normally is Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
I've been finding enjoyment though lately,
Mhm.
I would say in the last 6 or 7 months or so, doing Friday night cleaning. I've been noticing that I've been doing that. So I'll start doing like it started when I started we're trying to redo our basement.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I started cleaning. And then the next Saturday I was like, oh, what else are we gonna work on? And so now once people start like winding down at my house or whatever, then I start my cleaning on
Yeah.
Friday. I might finish it on Saturday. But you know, now you guys know a little bit more about me and how I grew up.
Mhm.
Those of you that watched it know my grandparents or knew my grandparents,
Mhm.
then you probably be like, yeah, that that's true.
Yeah.
So I could not, I will not, I cannot do the everyday cleaning.
No, I hear you. It is a lot. Growing up as with my mom, it was really about Saturdays.
Hmm.
But I say the common areas, the places that um, if anybody came over, they were going to be there. Those places did have to be, together. So of course, our front door was right when you come in the living room. So you actually come in the front door, you're in the living room. So that had to always be together. the dining room and the dining room table, you know, semi that needs to be together. Now our basement area, that was where we were at all the time. We watched TV once, you know, when we did have a Nintendo or whatever, you know, we would be down there. That was our area, and also in our den. So if you were coming back there, then that means you were somebody as in we were cool with, and you can go back there. It might not be so straight, but you can actually go back there. Now, my mom, when it came to her and how she did things may get a little messy. Like you may find a shirt here, a book there. She didn't play nastiness. That she did not play. So never would she let the place get that way, and she would not allow us to get it that way. But Saturday morning, get up, straighten your room. My sister and I shared a room. We had to get our room together. My brother had to get his room together. When she washed or whatever, we need to make sure the clothes was folded. And it wasn't in our house, things wasn't separated. We're like, oh, I wash my clothes, and then my brother washes. Everybody clothes get washed together. So you folding up everybody's stuff. My brother's t-shirts, my daddy's drawers, my mama's bras. You doing clothes, you fold up everything. You washing, you wash everything. So it's just how it was. Mama, don't get me if you watch it, but you know, I'm just saying, you know how it was. But yes, but the whole cleaning every day here now, I just try to make sure that my living room is together. My living room is together. My son, I just need you to close your door. Close your door on Saturday. I'm gonna need you to hit it. And then our bathroom that's on our main floor, like I need that to be together. I don't want nobody stopping by time of, ooh, can I use the restroom? I didn't plan for you to use the restroom. So yeah, so those areas right there, we try to make sure they're together every day. But the whole breaking out with the pledge and getting the Windex Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No. Look, no. So another, you said what?
My grandma used to say, and she would only say it one time, police this house. And you already knew, get it in order. Okay. She wasn't playing with us. Every day we was cleaning the house.
Wow. I hear. I'm gonna have to use that one. I'm gonna tell my son that we'll police this house. He's gonna be like, what?
What, Ma?
Right. So here's another thing that I said that I'm not gonna do it again. And actually to this day, I have not. No more will I eat Encore Salisbury steak and liver. When I tell you Encore Salisbury steak, we probably ate that at least 2 to 3 times a week. Liver, probably the other 2 days.
Did you actually eat it?
Huh?
You actually eat it?
Irene, if I wanted a meal, I was gonna eat it. And then my mama used to say, just act like it's steak. It's just like steak. Mama, that's a story. It doesn't taste like steak. When I say make gravy on the side, mashed potatoes or rice, made some little canned biscuits with it, some corn. And then when she started like really, really playing the piano for our church, she's been playing the piano for our church since she was 12. But at one point she was playing for everybody. So my mom had rehearsed on Tuesdays, on Thursdays, Friday evening we had church. Saturdays it was another rehearsal. Sundays we was at church at 12 at Sunday school, 12 o'clock, and coming back for 7:45 service. Okay. So those days during the week, I was in charge of cooking. So things like Salisbury steak, and another thing I'm gonna add on there is fish sticks. That was quick. You actually slap that little tray out of that box, put it in the oven. Fish sticks, you just put it on that pan, put it in there. Same thing when it came to liver. You didn't really have to do a lot for the liver. You just cleaning it, green peppers, onions, whatever. It was like a simple meal, but we ate it a lot. And I vowed, and I said, never again. I cannot. Now, my husband, he will go to a restaurant and order liver. You won't catch me. Unless the Lord said, you're going to have to start eating it again. Nope, I'm done. I don't want it ever again.
Right. Yeah. Oh, ooh, friend. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I really didn't have to eat that. So I had liver one time in my life. My grandmother made it one time, and I thought it was steak. And I took a bite out of that. I said, no, no.
No,
If I could have
it's
cussed,
no steak.
I said, I don't want it. I ate the side. So
And that wait a minute, the Salisbury steak it don't taste like steak either.
Mitchell used to like that from the one from Aldi's. He introduced me to that, and I was like, "This nasty. I don't ever." He fixed that for me when we were dating. I said, "Don't ever make this for me again." No, sir.
And it had that fake grape. I, let's bring it back memories.
Okay,
But
I'm
yes,
sorry.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it ever again.
Oh my gosh. So something that I still do,
Mhm.
that I was raised doing, was I still get up early. I still rise early, and we have common thing. My grandmother. She said that lazy people sleep late.
Oh,
That really had an effect on me. And
yeah, yeah.
me and my sister was laughing about this actually this summer when I went to visit her in Florida. Her husband and my husband did not believe this story. So one day we always got up early now. If you slept past maybe 7:30ish, you was doing too much. Okay, you was sleeping too late. Probably maybe like 8:30. My grandmother was like, I want y'all to ride with me. I gotta run some errands, whatever I gotta do. Her thing was like, get up and do what you have to do, and then you can rest later.
Yeah,
Like, it wasn't like you couldn't rest or
right.
anything. She just really believed in getting up and getting your work done. Like,
Yeah.
up and pray. Like, just that. And I think that's why I have the routine that I have. I'm really big on routines. So one day she had me and my sister, my middle sister, Florence. She said, y'all get up, y'all gonna go with me. So she had baked like homemade rolls for people and pies, and then we had to go to the store. My grandmother was diligent as a first lady. She got her hair done every Saturday morning. Every Saturday morning. She was the first client in the chair. She was like, I got to get my hair done. I got to run my errands. I got to go to the store. She would pick up my grandfather's shirts and stuff from the cleaner. She just
Yeah.
wanted to get up and get everything done.
Yeah.
So we were riding around with her. Me and my sister, we really didn't want to be riding around, but hey, she needed us to run in stores, do stuff, help
Right.
us. Went to someone's house that she made some bread for, a member of the church. They didn't answer the door. Grandmother sent me to the door 3 times. Now she watching me from the car. They didn't answer the door. I rang the bell. Knock. I knocked on the door. So I get in the car and my grandmother said, see, this is what I don't like. She said, why is she still asleep? You know you wanted me to make this bread. Why are you still asleep? And she said, I want you to pay attention to the people that are up, that are working, and I want you to pay attention to people that are asleep, that are not doing anything. So we left that lady's house, and my grandmother gave me and my sister a lecture about the importance of rising early.
Mm-hmm.
Early bird gets the worm, and how God's word says that, those that seek him early. And like went to the word, and she was like, I don't want my girls to be lazy. I don't want you all to be lazy. You guys are going to be wives one day, business. Get up and work. She was a lazy and nasty woman that stays in bed. And I was like, I don't want to be lazy. I don't want to be nasty, right? And so, but that stuck in my head. So when we were on our way home, she was, let me stop by this lady's house again before I go home, because once I go home, I'm not coming back out.
Right.
So by now, it's probably like noonish. And the lady, of course, answered the door. So I said, so my grandmother could clearly see, because I got out the car with the food. And I saw this for my grandmother. And so the lady was waving at my grandmother. She said, yeah, I came by here earlier. You were still asleep. I was thinking, please don't answer the question to the lady. I believe her family watches that, so I'm not gonna say anything. And so he was like, yeah, I was asleep. I'm saying, yeah, you need to get up. The lady is like married with 4 kids. My grandma said, why is she in bed? She's married with 4 kids. Did she even brush her teeth? She had on her robe. Like, my grandmother was disgusted. Now, disclaimer, if that's you, it's okay. I'm just saying, it's a lady that was born in the 30s, okay? She experienced life. And so her thing to me was, as a woman, I want you to
Yeah.
get up, you
Yeah.
know, take care of
Yeah.
your house and do.
Yeah.
And I was probably 10 at the time. I was probably 8.
Yeah.
Her and I to this day
Mm-hmm.
laugh about. I can call her first thing in the morning. She is up. I am up. Because that's how we were raised.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can't get it out of my mind. I don't think nothing against nobody that don't get up.
Right.
But even Mitchell's like, how, baby, you get into bed so late, but you pop right up in the mornings. I was like, it's just in me.
That's how my husband is. He's the exact same way.
Mhm.
Yeah. Look, Mrs. Look, Mrs. Tillman. I'm not dirty and
Girl,
disgusting.
he probably just was trying to shake us into doing the right. Like, I think that's what, because we used to be like, why we can't why we can't watch TV? Like, why we can't watch
Yeah.
cartoons? And don't get me wrong, she would let us get up and watch cartoons and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
that
No,
house,
I hate it.
that house better be clean. You got homework to do.
No,
You
yeah,
got something
yeah,
to do. Like, that was just who she was.
yeah. Now, my mother and father, as far as doing the weekends, I don't know, because I guess because we were kids and just the motivation of on Saturday we can actually watch cartoons. We didn't watch a lot of TV during the week. We may have watched maybe an hour at night, and that was Family Matters or the Cosby Show is on, that type of thing. But we had bedtime. So we going to bed at 9 o'clock at the latest, which was probably me. That might have been 9:30. But other than that, my brother and sister was going to bed 8:30, whatever. So it wasn't a lot of TV watching. But on Saturdays, the Saturday morning cartoons, we kind of woke ourselves up because we want to watch whatever, they may have had on. But I think just as far as I'm not an early riser unless I have to be. I don't sleep until 9, 10 o'clock. I can't, like, my body won't even let me do it. I guess because I've been in corporate America for so long, I can't. Though I work from home now, I still can't sleep I supposed to start working at 9 o'clock and I'm getting up at 8:40. It just doesn't work. I have to get my son up, or whatever. Once my husband moves, I'm up. Even though I'm still in the bed, he gets up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. There goes my good sleep. I mean, he didn't get out the bed, whatever. But no, I understand about rising early, but every now and then I do want to stay in the bed to like 8:30 on Saturday.
And I give myself grace to do that. What I'll do is my body naturally gets up right before 6, like 5, naturally. And I'll get up and I'll walk around, I'll do something, check whatever. Sometimes I might work. Like, I'll be like, let me go in my office and I'll respond to emails, whatever. And then I might do that. We get on our prayer call at 6. I might get on the prayer call and listen and do other things. And then I might 9 out of 10 times I get back in the bed because now the house is about to get up, so I'll get back in the bed, and I may sleep like 20 more minutes, maybe. I'm already thinking about the day, but I do get back in bed, and especially on Saturdays. And once I get up, I'll make breakfast, do what I'm gonna do, get my coffee. I'll get back in the bed, drink my coffee, watch. So, but my body naturally gets up early, but it's something that it made such an impact when I was a child that is something that stay with
you. Yeah, I get it. So here's one other thing that I actually still do. I don't know, it's just in me. Some people may think it's taboo, like, oh no one does that anymore. I still wear a slip when I have on a dress or a skirt. Like, girl, it depends on who you're talking to. It depends on who you are talking to.
What's some people if it ain't no slip? Like, I don't. Maybe it's just me.
I can't.
What do you?
Right, I feel like you can see through my dress. Even though I might have on a thick dress, a thick skirt, like, I just don't feel right. It feels like something is missing. And I think I did leave out one day, and it was like as soon as I got it, I was like, I forgot to put a slip on. Like, I feel it. You couldn't see a thing, but I just felt like something was missing. So to this day, my mom did not play about skirts. I mean, slips. I mean, we had slips, we had black slips, I had a beige slip, a navy slip. Yes. Look, remember the full slips and half slip. Now I don't really do the full slips anymore, but I have to have a half slip. I have to. I
Still
have to have that on. You said what?
wear them, but I still kept my full slips.
No, I hear you. I hear you. So no, I still do that. I got to.
Yeah, I do wear slips too. That's good. No, that's good. I do. I do the same.
Yes.
What I don't do is I don't wash everybody's clothes. Mm-mm. No, no. Mm-mm. I grew up like you. As the oldest child, I had to be the laundromat. So I had to wash clothes. We had a washer and dryer in the house. As the oldest, I washed clothes. I sorted out the clothes. You said I was washing towels. Like one day, wash all the towels. Okay, next day, okay, wash all the clothes in a laundry basket. It could be anybody's clothes, right? And I would wash them, fold them, put them in a pile.
Mm-hmm.
And I got married, I started on that track. And I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to. I just didn't. So I didn't. I said, well, Mitchell, you know what? You wash your clothes and wash my clothes. So he was like, oh, And so then when Marcello was about 7 or 8, I said, I'm going to teach you how to wash your clothes. So he was like, yay. He was little.
He's excited to do something.
Excited. So I taught him how to separate his clothes. And then, I started out monitoring him. And I probably stopped monitoring him like when he was like 12. And I just got him on a routine that every other week you wash your clothes. And so 23, and he's still every other week, he washes clothes. I just got him in a routine. Yeah, I just didn't want to do it no more. So that's just something I don't do. No rhyme or reason or anything like that. I just was like, I don't want to be the maid, so I'm not, So I just kind of like, I ain't doing it. And so it just works for us. Like I said, and Mitchell, he was a military man.
Right.
Those wash a certain way anyway.
Yeah.
Like, wash them to my standards anyway. I was like, cool. So you do you, and I'm gonna do me.
Right.
He's fine with buying his own laundry detergent because he uses Tide. I can't use it. Tide breaks me out.
Yeah.
Marcello uses whatever's in the house, baby. He don't even care. Whatever.
What did y'all buy? Okay, I'm gonna use that.
Like a Tide person, and I'm more of a Gain person. At the beginning of the podcast, Kiran talked about things we do and don't do because of how we was raised, and so it triggered something in me. And I taught this class called consumer marketing. And so consumer marketing is the study of consumers and what influences our purchase decisions. And one of those family values. And, you guys, those of you watching, Kirana, we make a lot of our purchase decisions and a lot of things that we do because of how we were raised.
Yeah.
And so when I said, Mitchell, he likes Tide, because he grew up, with Tide, and grew up using, Colgate. He's Colgate, right? I'm a Crest kid, and I like Gain. And so, in our marriage, that just wasn't even a deal breaker. His thing was, I like Colgate. Hey, I like Crest. Cool, you get your mine, and that's how we do. And all these years we've been married, it just works for us. I mean, we don't even use that toothpaste. I think we use something different now, but I'm just saying it was just something that we did. We didn't make it deal because our behavior and our patterns a lot of times is based on family values, our personal values, and brands that we grew up liking. And so as we're doing the podcast, I want you to think about yourself. Like, what do you do that your family taught you? What buying habits that do you have? What have to have just because it's something that you were used to? So I wanted to make sure that I said that because Kirana are making light of this, but it's really true in each family.
It is. It really is. It really is. I know, I do have one more of the no more. Ah, um, I don't wear stockings and tight all year to church anymore.
I'm saying that I don't either.
Yeah. Growing up, like, no, that was a thing. You were going to wear stockings or tights when we were younger, the thicker tights. You're not coming to church bare leg. Your skirt, yeah, it's going to be at your knees, but you still need something on your legs. When we were younger, my mom did used to buy like the long socks or whatever, the colorful socks or the argyle socks, but you're going to have something on your legs. So when I actually left the church I was born and raised at, and I started going to Original Rising Star, which is now Raymond Word Church, I carried that with me. Where Sundays, you get up, you put on your Sunday's best, and you wear stockings. Whether you had on flats or you had on heels, you wore stockings. And I remember, oh, Lord Jesus, I know the name of this church, but I dare not share the name of this church. But we were at this church. It was for a Sunday afternoon service. And Pastor Brackett at the time, who's now Bishop Brackett, he was preaching there. And I remember sitting in this church, Irene, it was so hot that the sweat was coming down the inside of my legs with them good stockings on. I said, you have lost me right here. Never again. It was in the summer. It had to have been July, August. It was burning up outside and it was burning up on the inside of that church. I said, oh, I ain't gonna be able to do this one anymore. So I stopped. Whereas if I wore sandals, okay, my skirt had to be a certain length, my dress had to be a certain length. I'm gonna not wear stockings. But then, after a while, it'll just be regular heels, and it's in the summer. No, I'm gonna have to take them stockings. Now, you will catch me with stockings and tights in the fall and the winter.
Right.
Only. Other than that, now I'm going to be appropriate. I'm going to look good and I am going to be appropriate. But no, I can't give you the stockings in the summertime. I cannot do it. I'm sorry. For those of you all who are doing it, more power to y'all. For me, I'm good. Look, as they say, the Lord knows my heart. And I remember, I'm going to tell this story. This was actually, was my husband the pastor yet? No, my husband, he was not the pastor yet at this church, the church that we're at. But it was an older mother that was there. And every Sunday we would do like altar prayer. Whereas a certain point in the service, everybody would come down to the front and either Pastor Mentor or one of the other ministers or deacon, they will pray. And I'm standing up there and we're doing these prayers. And I had on a dress and I had on sandals. And that mother slapped me on my leg. And she said, you out here with all your legs out. And I said, but it's hot outside. And she said, but you still get all your legs out. I said, but my dress is past my knee. She said, but your legs are out. I said, and I looked to the front. I'm sorry, ma'am, mother, I love you, but I'm not going to be able to do it. Even for you, I'm not going to be able to do it. Now, my mom, my mom, she has said, like, I be wanting to, I just can't. I want to. My mom's skirt has to almost be to her ankles. And then she'll slide on a cute little sandal. And then her sandals, like her toe, not gonna catch your toes out. You're gonna catch your toes out now. So,
that's that old school. But you know what? I love it. And I think we're at the age we kind of mix the old school and new school. We're not quite new school, but we not old school either.
Right.
I feel you on that one, Karen. I do. I feel you on that one as far as like the pantyhose. It's definitely fall, winter. Fall, winter. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that. Especially when, you just have to use wisdom, especially in the church with no air, things like that. But like you said, you got to really be appropriate,
And it's so hard, even Irene, to even find stockings Now, I don't, when I say stockings, I'm talking about thin. I don't want any thick tights. If I got cute shoes on, I don't want tights. I need stockings. So yes, I am getting the Barely There. That's my color. The Barely There. I don't do coffee. Coffee is a little bit too dark, but the Barely There. So it looks like I don't have on any stockings, or maybe an off black, depending on what my outfit is and my shoes and all of that. But that is for real. It's hard to find stockings outside of Berkshire and maybe Hanes. Yeah, that's about it.
It is hard. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one, friends. We have a lot of similarities.
Yes.
See what we still do. But you know what? It's all about, your values and what you choose to do as an adult, how you want to run your house, or you want to run your life. Our parents didn't do everything right. We don't do everything right. It's really all about preference.
Yes,
and
it is.
It just lets me know, listening to you and just going down memory lane, like the impression that you have growing up as children, what's really instilled in you.
Yes.
What Kiran and what both of us still do is we still serve the Lord in our youth.
Yes.
And we love the Lord. And I thought about that when it's like something that you still do. At an early age, and I remember God calling me. Like, I remember him, it was in a dream that I had. I woke up and I was like, the Lord, I heard him call me,
Yeah.
At church, my grandfather did the invitation, and I might have been 8, and I went up to the front and he just hugged me, and he had on a big old robe.
Right.
In this big old robe. And he was just kept hugging me. It's like, my granddaughter is coming to Christ. And I knew that it meant something. Like, I knew it meant something. And I knew that God was calling me, but I was so little, I didn't know really what it was. But I said, Granddaddy, I heard God call me. He said, that's the call of the Lord on your life, And so something that I still do is what I was taught to do, and that's pray. My word, and believe God, and that's something that both Kiran and I still do.
Yes. No, that's good. No, that's real good, Irene. That's real good.
Do is lean and depend on Jesus, and so I hope that this podcast just brought you guys as it did us, and I hope that this podcast gave you a little bit more insight on Kiran and I, like what we have in common, some of the differences we have, and how we were raised. And I hope that you kind of think of some of the things that you do, that you were taught to do, and some of the things that you just totally abandoned. Like, I'm not doing that. But yeah, this was fun, Kiran.
Yes.
To do some more little fun podcasts like this.
Yes.
And Besties, I hope you're enjoying our season 4. I hope to like and subscribe, become one of our besties, continue to like and subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the season. We have so many good shows and good things coming up. Kiran and I are meeting constantly about making our brand bigger and better with you in mind.
Yes.
You got anything you want to say before we sign off?
No, I said no, and then I said yes. Yes, I do. Just know that we love you. We appreciate you all. We appreciate your support, especially those who have been down with us, like from the beginning. And we also just want to thank those that are just joining us and subscribing and linking with us. We appreciate your support. We do just ask if you can just please make sure that if you are enjoying this, that you share with someone else. You know what? Even if some of the things we say you don't really care for, still tell your people about us, about our, we really, really appreciate it. And just note that we are on all platforms. We're on Apple Music, we're on Amazon, iHeartRadio, TikTok, Instagram, and of course, YouTube. Yes.
Thank you, besties. Until next time. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.